Hi there, this is week 7 of Virtual Delta Middle School, and this is ELA 7 Virtual Edition for Monday, May 4th. So, you guys know now, only 2 weeks to go, right? I hope that before this last 2 weeks kicked in, you got a chance to go out and enjoy this beautiful weekend, right? It was gorgeous out there. I went out and got my first sunburn of the year. You can see that. Clearly I had my arm bent for a while because my elbow area is nice and white and the rest of it is nice and red. So hopefully you're not quite as striped as I am as we head into this new week. All right, so just a few things that we have for today. First of all, we're reviewing vocabulary this week because we have a giant test on Friday. Yay! Hopefully you've been preparing for that already and that you're not going to have to cram all week long, but we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Then we're doing some stuff with the outsiders today, and then we also have, as an option, Reading Plus. Now, I'm gonna start there today. Reading Plus has not been our forte over these last 6 weeks so far, and I'm guessing that because now you're looking at the calendar and going, last day of assignments is a Friday, Reading Plus is due on a Sunday, how is this all gonna work? Maybe it's not gonna work. So here's the deal, you ready? Reading Plus is optional this week and next. Now, don't tune me out yet because you may want to choose to opt in, okay? So here's what I'm gonna do. If you choose to do Reading Plus and you're like, you know what, my grade's not quite where I want it to be, I need a little boost, what you can do is go in and do whatever you want of Reading Plus, okay? Or maybe you know you're like super close to leveling out, because that is the case for a few people, and you like want that achievement. I will give you whatever grade you earn on any Reading Plus that you do. So if you go in, you do 2 and you get a 98%, you get a 19.5 out of 20. Not bad, not bad. All right, so I'll give you whatever grade you earn on whatever you do. Or there's a second option, okay? There's a second option. If you, one of the previous weeks, just didn't do your Reading Plus and took a 0, I will let you make up a week of Reading Plus each of these next 2 weeks. So if you just skipped it the first 4 weeks and were like, not doing it, you have an opportunity right now to change your grade, okay? You have the opportunity, and I don't do things like this very often. So if this applies to you, if I were you, I would take hold of this opportunity because you can pull your grade up. Now, I know that you guys are now aware of what the grading system is for the year, and of course you're going to weigh your options. You're going to look at it and go, am I happy with my third quarter grade? Do I want to get a better grade than my third quarter grade? Did I do 50% of the assignments? And blah, blah, blah. So this is also an opportunity to make sure that you've done 50% of the assignments, okay? So if you're looking at the situation going, you know what, it's going to be to my benefit to do my Reading Plus this week, then I would suggest that you go ahead and do that if it's going to be to your benefit. If it's not going to be to your benefit, then I don't know that you would need to spend the time. That is totally up to you, but I am offering that. So if you just want to bring your grade up, you're like, I could use a little homework grade boost. I'm sitting at like a 60% in homework. I can bump this up a little bit, and that's gonna help me out as I'm heading into this vocab test at the end of the week and things like that. Or if you're looking at it and going, I could really use an extra grade in the grade book, or I could really use a little bit of a bump in my percentage by taking the place of one of those 0s, this is a deal for you, okay? So that's the deal with Reading Plus this week. It is optional. Consider your options, weigh them out, and determine what you're gonna do with that, all right? So that's gonna show up as optional every day this week. All right, so review for vocab. So we have 6 lists, right? So my suggestion would be to break them down into like sets, right? So like on Monday, do 19 and 20, review 19 and 20. On Tuesday, review 21 and 22, and then 23 and 24 on Wednesday. And then you're like, oh, but I've got an extra day. Do them all. Or whichever ones you had problems with on the first 3 days, those are the ones you really focus on Thursday. That's kind of my suggestion for what you might want to do for studying. What you can do to study, first of all, you should have all of the lists downloaded, but in case you don't, I did attach today a list of, well, it's a list of the lists, right? So it's a PDF that has all 6 lists in it. So if you're missing some or you deleted them because you're running out of space or whatever, they're all available in today's module, 19 through 24. So you can use those to help you study. You can use those to help you make flashcards to help you study. Writing things down does actually help you to remember it. It's proven, so that might not be a bad idea. Quizlet is a great way to study. The link, as most days, is in the module for today. And then also you can use Bookit. So I'm also going to be offering, not today, okay, not today, not Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week during my afternoon office hours. That's from 1 to 2 p.m. I'm going to be hosting either Quizlet games or Bookit games for us to study for our tests. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that will be happening. And as just a little extra bonus, a little incentive maybe to join us and make sure that you're getting some study time in, is this. I am going to keep a list of, I'm going to keep track of everyone who plays each game that I host. Okay, so like, let's say on Tuesday, I host 6 games. If you play in all 6 of those games, your name gets entered 6 times to win a $5 gift certificate to the Twist. Okay, so, and that's the same Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Any game that you are there to play, your name gets entered into a drawing. And then next week, I'll let you know who wins, because a lot of times the video is recorded before I'll know on Thursday who won. Okay, so next week I'll let you know who won, but there will be multiple gift certificates. I think that there'll be in the neighborhood of 5. So, you know, the more the merrier. Afternoon office hours on Zoom. That's from 1 to 2 p.m. and all of the information for how to get into that is on the very front homepage of my Canvas class, so you can find that information. If you'd like to join in and like to get entered to win that gift certificate to the Twist. All right, so that brings us to The Outsiders. So you should have read chapter 1 last week. I can tell by the quizzes that came in that a lot of you did. One note that I want to make from the beginning, because I had somebody mention it during my office hours the other day. They were like, oh man, I missed that question because I confused dally and dairy. Common issue. That's a common problem. So we've got a little, what's called a mnemonic device. It's actually, and it starts with an M, which is weird, but it's a mnemonic device, M first. And what that means is that you use parts of the word or letters or little tricks to help you to remember something. Okay, so there's a mnemonic device for remembering the difference between dally and dairy. Okay, so Pony Boy is the narrator. So hopefully you put together that this is a first-person narrated novel and that Pony Boy is the narrator. He has a brother named Soda Pop and a brother named Dairy, which is short for Daryl. Now, here's the mnemonic device. You ready? Dairy, with an R, is a relative, or he is related to Pony Boy. Okay, so Dairy is related. Dally, however, has been to jail. See that double L in the middle is kind of like jail cell bars, kind of, if you want to think of it that way. So Dairy's a relative, he's related, but Dally's been to jail. And so he has those jail bars in his name. So hopefully that's a little mnemonic device that'll help you to remember the difference between Dairy and Dally, because that'll be really important down the road as you kind of get to know these characters and what happens in this story. So today we are reading chapter 2, which is pages 18 through 32 in the PDF. Hopefully you downloaded that last week. If you didn't, you can go back to Friday, May 1st and download that PDF. I didn't keep uploading it to different modules because it's already in one place and you should be able to track it down. So it is there in Friday, May 1st. If you would like to, you can listen along to the Chapter 2 recording. That'll be in today's module as well. And then once you've finished reading and or listening to the chapter for today, you can answer the comprehension questions in today's quiz. Again, it's a quiz because it's just some comprehension questions, kind of like a worksheet, but it's in the form of a Canvas quiz, so it's just a little bit quicker and easier for you to access and for me to grade. So there's the deal with that. So it's titled TO, as in The Outsiders, CH2, as in Chapter 2, The Outsiders Chapter 2. So what you'll find is that every activity that goes along with the book starts with TO, ends with CH, whatever chapter number we're on. Okay, so it'll be pretty easy to keep track of what's going on there. All right, also just a quick note, because really everybody should have gotten a 5 out of 5 on last week's quiz, right? It's not an actual quiz, it's a worksheet. So use your book. You don't have to set it aside. Like, actually use it to help you answer the questions, because why wouldn't you, right? I mean, it's not an actual quiz. It's a, hey, Mrs. Dixon, I've read the book and I know how to use the book to find answers or find details or find information. So that's what we're looking for here, not for, I read it and I remember what I read, or, you know, what your recall is on the text. The idea is to show me that you read it and that you are using your skills to help you to find details and information that you need from the text, okay? So that's the idea here, not necessarily a what do you recall from what you read, okay? So use your book to help you, that's the bottom line. All right, so quick recap. Review for your vocab test. You are on your own today, okay? I'm not doing that during my office hours today, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I will host games. So review for your test on your own today, read Chapter 2 and complete the quiz. Of course, you can always read, and another option that you have for this week is to do some Reading Plus. I hope you have a great day, and as always, if you have any questions, you can email me at ddixon@pdys.org, or you can message me on Canvas, or you can drop into my office hours from 10 to 11 a.m. or 1 to 2 p.m., and all of that information for how to get onto Zoom is on the front page of my Canvas class. Again, happy Monday, hope it's a great day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.